Hello, everyone, and welcome to Teaching in Room 9, the Regions.
Shapes are everywhere we look. But
good job. Now, go ahead and touch your throat right here and see how they feel.
We can say to ourselves to be positive.
Lemurs are found on the island of Madagascar.
For one, and the numbers get bigger as we go across to the right.
Reset, that means taking a deep breath. It may mean counting to 10.
Today we're going to start with a freestyle stroke. So I'm going to put my arms up, and I'm going to...
All righty, are you ready to learn? Let's go! Welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, the Region's largest classroom. It is Dr. Sanders, and I'm in this amazing classroom where you can go anywhere and be anything. And I'm, look, you think I can be a globe? You think I can be the earth? I think I can too. All right, you know what I want you to remember? It doesn't matter if you're 2 or 102, we will have some fun. F-U-N, fun. We will have some fun while learning. Are you ready to do some learning? Yes, I am too, but first I gotta do what? That's right, take off my hat. Oh, and yes, I have 3 of my friends' names. Do you know who they are? I know one of them, his name is Dean. Everybody say, hi, Dean. What letter does Dean's name start with?
D.
A capital D. Let's spell Dean. Capital D-E-A-N. D-E-A-N. Hello, Dean. My next friend's name is Dean's brother, and his name is Tommy. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing today, Mr. Tommy? Excellent, excellent. What letter does Tommy's name start with? Tommy.
T.
Yes, a T, a T. Can you draw a T in the air for me? Ooh, those are some amazing T's. Let's spell Tommy, capital T-O-M-M-Y. T-O-M-M-Y. Hello, Tommy. And my last person's name today is Julian. Hello, Julian. How are you doing? Excellent. What letter does Julian's name start with?
J.
A capital J. Oh, you want to draw a capital J? Oh, go ahead. Draw that capital J. All right. Let's spell Julian. Capital J-U-L-I-A-N. J-U-L-I-A-N. It's about that time. Yes, it is. It's the time to get on his journey. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then let's go.
hi, Glen. Wow, look at you. You've got some fancy dress going on here, and look at your new shoes. Did you see my new shoes? They're my clown shoes. Aren't they amazing? What? Oh, no, your shoes are great. Aren't they great? Oh, they don't have laces? You want to learn how to tie your shoes with laces? Well, I would be happy to help you. Would you like to learn how to tie your shoes with laces? I can show you a strategy using bunny ears. How about that? Okay. Here's my clown shoe I'm going to show you. And you can see I have a dark lace and a white lace, a light lace, so that we can keep track of the difference. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is cross them over. And then I'm going to take the dark lace and cross it underneath. Then I pull it tight. Now it's time to make the bunny ears. I'm going to take the dark lace and make one bunny ear, and the light lace and make the other bunny ear, cross them over, take the light lace up and run it through underneath and pull. and you have a tied shoe. Should we try it again? Let's try. What do we do first? Let's cross them over. Then we take the dark lace and run underneath. Pull tight. One bunny ear with the dark lace, another bunny ear with a light lace. Cross them over. Now I'm going to make the bunny ear go underneath. Come out the other end and pull. We have a tied shoe. Tying your shoes is challenging, but if you practice, you can do it. And there's all kinds of shoes. So we can wear shoes with laces and shoes without laces, and it's okay. But if you can tie your shoes, you're ready to go to school.
Hi friends, welcome back for another Read Aloud with Mrs. Forth. Today, I have a great book that we're going to read together. And something that I want to make sure that we do is notice the characters. Can you say characters? The characters are the people or animals that are inside the book that we're reading. It's who the story's about. I bet you're going to notice a character as soon as I show you the cover. Are you ready? Yeah, you see that little boy right there? I bet he's going to be a character in this book. This book is called I Can't Wait to Be a Man. This is written by Anthony Glover and illustrated by DG. Thank you to the author and the illustrator for writing the book and making the pictures that go along with the story. So looking at this and thinking about the title, I Can't Wait to Be a Man, what do you think this character wants? I think he wants to grow up too. I'm wondering if there are people in his life that make him want to grow up and be just like them. Let's jump into the story and find out why he can't wait to be a man. I can't wait to grow up and be a man like my dad and Uncle James. We kind of already answered the question, didn't we? He wants to be just like his dad and Uncle James. My dad says that until then, I am a man in training. Ooh, he's practicing, isn't he? He and my Uncle James often teach me things I can practice as a boy that will lead me to become a great man. I like to practice every day. So we already know some characters in the story, don't we? We know all about the boy who wants to be a man and his dad and Uncle James. Let's find out what they do to teach him so he could practice as a boy and start becoming a man. When I get home from school every day, I complete my chores before going outside to play. I must always take care of my responsibilities. This is a big part of being a man. So it looks like his dad is teaching him how to practice becoming a grown-up by being responsible, by taking care of all of his chores, like taking out the trash. Do you have a chore at home that you have to do? Maybe make your bed. Oh, or you set the table. You feed your dog. Those are all great things to do to be responsible, just like he's doing, because he wants to be responsible as he's practicing learning how to grow up. When entering a building with my mom and sister, I'm always sure to open the door for them. Uncle James says this is called chivalry, and that I should always open doors for women and girls when I have an opportunity. It's nice to open the door for all your neighbors. So when you're going into a store and somebody's walking right behind you, you could open the door and say, "You first." That's a great way to practice being a grown-up. Sometimes my little brother upsets me, but I remind myself to keep my composure. Composure is to keep a calm body, not to show how angry you are. That's a hard thing to practice, and it's a good idea to practice that while you're a kid, so that when you're a grown-up, you can always keep your body calm, even when you're upset. That means to stay calm and not be so quick to lose my temper. My dad says losing my composure may lead to a situation becoming worse. So here's our character practicing. As he wants to become a man, he's learning how to keep his body calm, just like the grown-ups around us do. Take a look at this picture. You can see he's at school now, and it looks like they're not having a good time with the characters over here, are they? I wonder what's going on. Let's read and find out. Sometimes at school, boys can be a little rough with and mean to girls. I always make sure I speak up against it. I even keep my friends accountable and remind them that we must be gentle and respectful toward the girls. So as he's been practicing becoming a man, he's making sure that he's being respectful. And we should be respectful to all of our friends, shouldn't we? And when we see somebody treating somebody poorly, we want to make sure that we say, hey, be nice. We all should be nice to each other. That's a good thing to practice. There he is at school. What do you think he's doing? Yeah, I see him raising his hand, letting the teacher know that he has something to share. That's a great way to tell your teacher, hey, I'm listening and I have something to share too. While in class, I raise my hand to ask my teacher questions when I'm having trouble understanding something. My Uncle James told me to never be ashamed to ask questions and that it takes courage to admit when I need help. This will be a great quality to have as a man one day. That's a great quality to have even as children. You could definitely practice that. When you need help, don't be afraid to ask. If I ever notice a friend of mine feeling down or struggling with something, I make sure to uplift and encourage them. It is important that my friends feel support from me. My dad says that's a big part of brotherhood. He told me that brotherhood will be great to have when I am a man. So you can tell he's being very kind to his friend and being there for his friend. That's exactly what friends do. My dad says to always acknowledge and respect the elderly. That is why I smile and wave whenever I walk past the elderly when we are out. Sometimes they take the time to tell me something wise or a great story. So elderly, those are people that are much older than us. And we, of course, want to respect them. They've lived a long life and they have lots of stories to tell, don't they? So always say hi. Uncle James says that my little brother and sister look up to me. That is why I must be sure to be a positive example for them. My uncle also says leading by example is a quality of a great leader. Being a good leader would also make me a great man. Leading by example, that means doing what others should do. You can show them what to do, not just tell them. So he's showing his brother and sister things like maybe his chores that he's doing or opening doors for strangers when they're walking in a store. Instead of telling them, he's showing them. And that's exactly what you could do too. It is important that I continue to learn and to love myself. That is why I read books and keep mindful of what type of foods I put into my body. He's eating an apple because apples are healthy for you. They're great for our body. And he's reading books, which is great for our mind. That's why I love reading with you all of the time. It's great for our brains, isn't it? So thinking about reading and other things that we could do for our brains and making sure we put good stuff in our bodies is a great way to practice for becoming a grown-up. There are so many things I can do to practice as a boy while on my way to becoming a man. My dad and Uncle James told me it's great to be excited to be a man, but to also have patience and enjoy being a boy. So much seems to come along with being a man, so I must continue practicing. I'm so glad to have my dad and Uncle James help me on my journey to one day becoming a man. So he's practicing, isn't he? Thinking about our friend in this book and the characters of his dad and his Uncle James. They all came together as they worked together to teach him how to become a man. And remember, we're all just kids. We don't have to be grown-ups yet, but it's a good idea to practice things along the way. I hope you enjoyed this book. I can't wait to be a man. And I hope to see you again at our next Read Aloud together. Bye, everybody.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Teaching in Room 9. My name is Miss St. Louis, and I'm here to do a movement lesson with you today. We're going to start by warming up from our head to our toes. So let's begin by shaking our head yes, and no, and maybe so. And we're going to take a nice stretch up tall, holding for 1, 2, 3, and reach down for your toes, counting to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to come up slowly. And let's get into today's lesson. Today, we are going to do some healthy food-related exercises. Each of our exercises has a matching healthy food. So see if you've heard of any of these healthy foods before. We're going to start today with some porridge punches. So we're going to get our hands up right in front of our chest, and we're going to punch up front and then switch sides. We're going to do 10 of those. Are you ready? Arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Ooh, now I'm hungry for some porridge. That's the perfect breakfast food. Let's move on now to do some kiwi kicks. So just like we switch side with our punches, we're gonna do that with our kicks. We're gonna kick up with both legs. We're gonna do 10 of those as well. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, pretend to kick some kiwis. 3, 4, 5, 6, keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. We're going to move on to do some strawberry squats. So I'm going to bring my legs out just a little wider, making a triangle with my legs and the floor. Now, I'm going to pretend to sit on some strawberries. So I'm going to see, I have a lot behind me. Are you ready to sit on some strawberries? All right, we're going to sit back just like we're sitting in a chair and come back up. Let's do 8 of these. Are you ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, we're halfway, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to keep my feet here, and I'm going to turn my body to the side. We're going to do some lettuce lunges next. So I'm going to pretend that there's some lettuce on the floor, and I'm going to reach my knee all the way to try and hit that lettuce. Are you ready? Let's do 6 of these. And we're going to bend down, touch that lettuce. 1, and 2, 3. If you can't touch, that's okay. Get as close as you can. 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to turn my body all the way around to do 6 more on the other side. And 1, 2, 3, halfway, 4, 5, and 6. Coming up nice and tall. We're going to do some tuna toe touches next. So I'm going to pretend that there's tuna at this foot and tuna at this foot, and I'm going to reach for that. So stretching up tall, reach for that tuna, come up, reach for that tuna, come up, keep going, grab that tuna last time, reach and up, reach and up. Whew, I feel pretty warmed up. How about you? So today, as you're going around your world, think about what healthy choices could you make? And can you think of any exercises that go with those? I wonder, might be time for some lunch and time to think. We hope that you guys enjoyed this movement lesson today, and we'll see you back here next time in Teaching in Room 9. Bye, everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hi there, Room 9. I'm Mrs. Williams, the Woodland Creature Teacher, and when I'm not here teaching and learning with you guys, I'm teaching and learning with my first graders. So hi, and lots of love to all the woodland creatures. I hope that you're ready to get up and get moving today, because that's what we're doing. It's all about the hops today, because we're gonna be hopping backwards. Everybody say, I can. Hop backwards within 20. What was that number? You're right, it was 20. So let's take a look at our number line and see what we need to do to get hopping within 20. Now, a number line starts here at 1 and goes to the right as the numbers get larger. The numbers also get larger as you go down lines. Now, if we're counting backwards, will the numbers get larger or smaller? I couldn't fool you. Those numbers are going to be getting smaller. So let's find 20 and get counting back. Now, what are the reasons we might want to count backwards? We might need to take away, or maybe we're counting down to something, maybe a blast off in our rocket. Well, let's define number 20. Now it's made up of two numbers. It's a 2 and a 0. Do you see it? Put your finger up high in the sky and get ready to count backwards with me. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And do you know there's a special number that lives here on the number line? His name's Zero the Hero. We need to go ahead and try that counting back business I was talking about. And I invited a special friend named Fisher the Frog to help us out. And I noticed something super silly when I was getting ready for our learning time today. I think Fisher invited a froggy friend too. All right, well, let's think about those numbers that we're gonna hop back from. The first number that I'm thinking of is a 2-digit number. That means that it's made up of two numbers. 2-digit numbers are here in this row. There's also 10 here, but it's not 10. Did you guess my number? It's 15. So let's go ahead and stand up. Make sure that your hops are working because we are hopping backwards from 15. Fisher and I are ready. Give me a thumbs up and a wiggle when you are. Here we go. We'll say start. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great hopping. All right, are you ready for another? This time it's a 1-digit number. That means it has to be in this row. This time my number was 7. All right, find number 7 and get your hops ready. Here we go. Start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great hopping, room 9. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you had fun hopping with us because you've got a little bit of homework from Fisher and I. I want you to do 3 hop backs in between 20 and 0 with friends or family this week. I hope you had a great time growing your brain with us, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye.
Great day, everybody. This is Candace with Chaos, and today we're gonna talk about my friend Xavier. And so Xavier is a chaos kid, and he's really, really cool, but sometimes Xavier has a hard time focusing, sometimes Xavier fidgets a lot, and sometimes Xavier gets frustrated because he's always getting corrected at school. You know, one thing about Xavier is if you give him too many things to do at one time, sometimes he forgets some of those things. And so when he forgets some of those things, then there's a consequence, like when he does his homework and he forgets to put it in his backpack. And so then he gets home and he's doing a whole lot of stuff and he's like, okay, I did my homework, I did everything else, I got ready for bed, but he forgot to put his homework in his backpack. So when he gets to school and they're asking about it, he doesn't have it. And then Xavier gets upset. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever have a lot of stuff happening and you forget to do some things? I know it happens to me sometimes. And so Xavier also sometimes gets frustrated when he's working on things. And so Xavier has to learn how to kind of calm down and be able to focus on what he's doing and maybe kind of reset the way that he's doing things. So let's learn a skill like Xavier learned. So one day, I'm gonna tell you a story. He was working on a puzzle at school and he couldn't figure out how to get the right pieces where they had to go. And he got mad and he wanted to knock it off of the table. But instead of doing that, Xavier took some time and he took some deep breaths. Do you know how to do deep breaths? Let me show you. So You take a deep breath in like you are smelling a flower. Let's do it. And then you blow it out like you're blowing out the birthday candles. Let's try it again. Smell the flowers. Blow out the birthday candles. And then once he did that, he could take a minute and he can say, you know, maybe I can try something different. And then he did that. And so that's what you have to do. When you get frustrated and you're having a hard time, it's absolutely okay for you to take a deep breath. Make sure you smell the flowers and make sure you blow out the birthday candles. And then it allows you to reset. And reset is, remember, every situation encourages thought. And once you reset, then you can figure out a different way of doing things. Because when you're all upset and you got a lot going on, it really makes it hard for you to make decisions and for you to think about things. And if you can't do it on your own, it's absolutely okay for you to ask a trusted adult. Ask a parent or a teacher or somebody that you really like that can possibly help you out, okay? Because I want you to know that you are amazing and you can do anything that you set your mind to, okay? So the next time you're doing something and you have a hard time with calming your body, I want you to breathe and I want you to remember you got this, okay? Air hugs and cyber kisses.
Welcome back. I hope you had an amazing journey today. You did? Woo-hoo! Can you tell me all about it? Oh, yes. What else? What else? Oh, my goodness. That's excellent. I'm happy for you. I'm happy we can provide so many fun things for you to do. Let's take a look at our letters. My letters. Look at the puffballs on top of the letters. Oh, does this one? Yes, that matches, does it? Blue and blue. Okay, what about this one right here? Red and green. Green and red. Does that match? Let's find a letter for this green puffball. The D, yes, you are right. Let's see, green, green. Yes, I hope it stays. All right, my last puffball is the red. Yes, where should I put? On the end? Yes, red and red. You think it's gonna stay? Don't touch it, don't touch it. But boys and girls, it is time for us to get out of room 9. But before we go, let's spell our favorite word. And what is that? 9. Let's spell 9. N-I-N-E. Thank you for being in room 9. Bye-bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is supported in part by Know who to reach out to when you need help. There is hope. Call or text 988.